Hello, I'm David Rose, and here's a look at some of the top cases featured this weekend on Washington's Most Wanted in partnership with Crime Stoppers statewide. Starting with a reminder to please always be cautious when you meet up with a stranger to sell something through social media or any buy-sell app. Detectives in Pierce County say a 19-year-old man was shot in the jaw on December 30th while trying to sell e-cigarettes. And now they need your help to identify the two suspects. Store surveillance video from a parking lot in the 5300 block of 66th Street West in unincorporated Tacoma shows the two guys now wanted for aggravated assault. One suspect was wearing a gray hoodie with colorful writing and a design on the back. The other is wearing a white sweatshirt with the words "Mob Baby" on the back. Detectives say he is the shooter. Well, after the seller pulls his car into the parking lot, the two men walk over to the vehicle.
When he rolled down the window, he talked to him for a little bit, and then after some conversation, one of the suspects pulled out a gun and shot the driver of the vehicle. He was able to drive away safely and get to the hospital.
Well, the victim survived and was able to speak with detectives, but they have not been able to identify the two suspects. Deputies describe both men as black, in their 20s, with slim builds. They're hoping somebody recognizes that distinct clothing.
These guys are very dangerous for the community. We want to make sure that they're locked up so that they can't do this to somebody else, because they didn't get away with any goods this time, but what's to stop them from trying to do this a second time and hurt somebody else?
Crime Stoppers of Tacoma Pierce County is offering a cash reward of up to $1,000 if you can identify either suspect. Text your tip through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone or call 1-800-222-TIPS. What started out as a theft of plants from a nursery in Kent ended with a woman ramming a gate at 60 miles an hour to escape, hitting a pedestrian on the sidewalk, knocking him down and injuring him. Now King County Sheriff's detectives are asking for your help to locate Meghan Marie Aiello. Prosecutors have charged the 40-year-old convicted felon with attempt to elude and reckless endangerment. Detectives say employees at Kent East Hill Nursery called police last August when they spotted Aiello and another suspect stealing plants. They padlocked the gate, which has since been fixed, after officers say Aiello then smashed through it with her tan Nissan Maxima and got away. She's been wanted ever since.
Officers surmised that the reason she took off is because she knew that she was wanted by the Department of Corrections. So Ms. Aiello, she is no stranger to our court system. Since 2009, she's been booked 19 times. We would very much appreciate help of the Washington's Most Wanted viewers. Let's find her and make this booking number 20.
Meghan Aiello has convictions for residential burglary and possession of a stolen vehicle. She's known to use the alias Christina Palazzi. She was last known to live in the 13,400 block of Martin Luther King Jr. Way South in South Seattle, and she's known to sleep in vehicles around that area. Aiello is 5 feet 9 inches tall, 150 pounds, and she has green eyes. If you spot her, call 911 immediately, and then also submit an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers by calling the hotline so you can get the cash reward of up to $1,000 if that information leads to her arrest. A reminder tonight to be mindful of leaving your garage door opener in your vehicle. We all do it, but thieves will use it to steal your stuff. He broke into a truck in the driveway of a home in Sammamish in the early morning hours of January 27th. Then he used the garage door opener inside to gain entry and prowl a second vehicle, as you see here. Well, detectives were able to enhance the video, and they got this image of him and his Seahawks watch cap. They're hoping one of you watching right now can identify him.
We see our garages as an extension of our home, and so do our courts, and that's why when someone does it, it's not just a property crime, it's considered burglary, and we take those cases very seriously.
Detectives say he stole a backpack, camping gear, and other items. Now, this break-in was part of several property crime incidents that morning in the Sammamish area. So if you can identify him, Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound will pay you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Submit an anonymous tip right now through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone. Thurston County Sheriff's detectives need your help to solve a truly horrific crime. And tonight I have some new information on the case. The body of Karen Bodine, a mother of 3, was found stripped of her clothing on January 22nd, 2007. She had been posed on the shoulder of Little Rock Road Southwest near the entrance to an old gravel quarry. Karen's daughter, Carly, recently put up a new Crime Stoppers billboard along Martin Way East in Olympia asking for tips. Thurston County Sheriff's Detective Mickey Hamilton says this case can be solved. He says he found 4 witnesses who gave descriptions of vehicles that were seen right around the time that Karen's body was discovered. So this is new. 2 witnesses described the vehicle as an 80s model brown Datsun or Toyota type truck, and 2 witnesses described it as a Datsun or Toyota type small car. 1 witness said the truck had a lighter colored camper. The other witness does not remember a camper. Both vehicles described similar in color, brown. Now, Detective Hamilton says it's likely that both vehicles were seen in the area because this is a busy road. Still, he would like to speak to anyone who has information on those vehicles, no matter how small.
It was a very brutal attack. Who in her life would be angry enough to do that to her? Because I look at this case in hindsight of 13 years, and I think, man, it's so close, but yet we still haven't made an arrest yet.
At the time of her murder, detectives had a lengthy list of suspects because Karen had been hanging with a rough crowd. And while investigators are pursuing some DNA evidence recovered in the case, Detective Hamilton says tips from you would go a long way towards getting justice for Karen's family. He says they are so close, it would just take the right piece of information to make an arrest. You can email him at mickey.hamilton@co.thurston.wa.us, or you can text a tip to Crime Stoppers of the South Sound through the P3 Tips app. And you can also find all of this information on our website. Go to catchwmw.com. Tonight, King County Sheriff's deputies have put a renewed focus on finding a domestic violence offender, and they really need your help. Federal Way Police responded to a 911 call from a neighbor who heard loud arguing. When officers got there, they say a woman was crying and asking for protection. She told them she's been trying to escape the abuse for years and just didn't know how. The suspect, Deante Daniels, is wanted for violating a no-contact order, the 6th one issued by the courts over the years. The victim told police Daniels pushed her in the face, knocking her glasses off, and then pushed her in the chest, causing her to stumble.
The suspect fled the scene prior to police arrival, and he was never located. A little bit of history on Deante Daniels. He has at least 20 domestic violence assaults that have occurred that were never reported to the police. So the prosecutor's office asked for a high bail, and they set bail at $250,000 because of his long criminal history and the danger to the victim. The victim's reported to police now that she feels like the suspect may be stalking her, watching her, and he also has a DOC escape warrant as well. So we're having a really hard time finding him.
Deante Daniels' criminal history includes convictions for violating domestic violence court orders, attempting to elude police, and escape from the Department of Corrections. He's 34, 6 feet tall, and weighs 140 pounds. If you can tell deputies where to find him, you'll get the cash reward of up to $1,000, and it's always anonymous. So submit a tip right now through the P3 Tips app or call 1-800-222-TIPS. Well, that's a look at some of the cases featured later tonight on Washington's Most Wanted. So I hope you'll join us at 11 o'clock on Q13 Fox. And WMW airs Saturday night as well, 9:30 on Joe TV and 10:30 on Q13 Fox. And Fox stations in Spokane, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities will air their cases at 10:30. So join us this weekend, and let's make sure these criminals have nowhere left to hide.